Shit. God damn it. Of course. Well, we missed the deadline yet again. We haven't even made a video in a month. Groudon, Kyogre, get your asses in here now.
What do you want, Mufasa? I was in the middle of doing my own things, my own private stuff. So please, tell me why I have to be here right now.
I can also concur from this, bro. Why did you call me and him together? I really do not want to be here. It's 7 o'clock at night. I want to go to bed. Quit your whining. You more sound like Mario himself.
Well, because Mario owns the house.
Yeah, he does, and you live here without paying no rent. Shut up. Listen. Listen, okay. See this right here? Yeah, that's the channel analytics. What well, not really the channel analytics, but it's the home page. Listen, we had not made a video in a month, and everybody's wondering where we are. Well, I don't think anyone's really wondering where we are. We're kind of dead people.
Yeah, no one really gives a shit about us.
Yeah, I know that, you idiots. Listen, we need to make a video and tell the fans and the community and really that you know what we've been doing all this time.
Well, I actually kind of like that idea. What about you, Kyogre?
I honestly do not care about anything what you guys do. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Good. Thank you all so much for helping me out.
Actually, you're helping him out?
Shut up. Anyway, come on, let's make this damn video. Are you even typing? Shut up!
Man, I think it feels like it's been forever since I've used the webcam. Because it has been forever. Hi everyone! How y'all doing on this fine evening? Well, I'm recording in the evening, you're probably watching any time of the day now. But anyway, welcome to the video. Just to let you know, this first part doesn't really have a script, or rather none of this has a script, to be totally honest. I'm just going off from one in my head, so just a fair warning. Anyway, I'm back, as you can tell. There is something called a burnout, okay? If you know what a burnout is when you don't want to make content and you don't have any ideas, can't think of anything, or anything like that. I had a burnout on YouTube, and I really didn't know what to do, because, well, a few things, mostly with my computer, it broke down, and then I had to get it fixed yet again. I was doing the Arc series, and then, well, next thing I know, Arc gets uninstalled, and I can't view the series, which kind of does suck, if you would think so. But today, I thought it would be a good idea to go over all the different series and all the different stuff I have planned for the channel entirely, for series and show-wise, so that you guys can be entertained anytime you want. I'll be going over, again, new shows, old shows, if they're going to be returning, and mainly, yes, I know, a lot of you are probably going to want to know, where the hell is the Isle? Well, we'll get to that. That'll probably be the first thing we're going to cover right now. And a few other things like, where's the DinoTuber podcast, and where's the stupid DinoTuber tier list crap? Listen, that will be explained just in a second. But, anyway, I hope you all enjoy the little gag in the beginning. That gives you a little bit of a teaser what I have planned. What I have planned coming up. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the things I want to explain right now. The shows and the videos that I promised you guys months ago. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Ah, man, I thought I would never shut up. Anyway, hi everyone, it's me, again. Anyway, we're gonna go over a couple of different shows and other business stuff that we're gonna cover right now. So, yeah. I first want to dive right into the DinoTuber tier list and the DinoTuber podcast. First of all, I want to apologize for not having the podcast come out in May, and also not having the DinoTuber tier list come out around the same time. As you can tell, the burnout kind of situated this, and also me procrastinating a lot, and also having a lot of personal issues going around at the same time, and with drama with other people. It really kind of died me down to try and keep going with the idea of this podcast and the tier list. I can tell you, rest assured, that you will be able to see both these things sometime this year. I don't want to give any ETAs, which is estimate time, because I've learned my lesson, and especially with seeing the Isle developers, don't give any ETAs and you will not get an angry mob storming at you. Either though I did not have an angry mob coming at me, but yet again, it doesn't matter. But yes, I will try and make sure that this happens sometime this year. Hopefully, in the relatively near future, and the same with the DinoTuber tier list. You guys will see them really soon, I hope, but for now, I would just say, keep your hopes up, and, don't get, too excited. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, are you still going to be playing dinosaur games? The answer to that is 100% yes. I will be still playing dinosaur games, since that's basically where my channel is and what I have to cover on it. Because one, it gets the most views, and two, well, it's the thing why people are here. None of you are here to see anything else but the dinosaur videos, which are a little disappointing nonetheless, but it's what I have to deal with. It's what I have, I have to upload it. Otherwise, I can't go further, and it's annoying, and it gets, very old very quickly, especially when all of the people that work on these games, are basically just, they just a slow process, and when one game introduces modding, in a game that you really enjoy, but you don't really enjoy modding that much in anything, it's a little annoying. Like, for example, like I just said, Path of Titans, they just introduced modding, and really, I'm not that much of a fan of modding, like, at all. I don't like mods, and it's okay, but at the same time, like, there's not enough gameplay yet to really support all that stuff. It's more of a game, like, where you can hop in and just play with your friends, and that's really it. That's what I do. Same with the Isle, It's the same thing exactly with it. And the same with Beast of Bermuda, but at least Beast of Bermuda has a few different things to make it more unique. But yeah, all these games I just got burnt out on, and I just don't know what to do about it. And that's not to say I don't like any of the games at all. I love every single one of them, except, it just gets boring after a while playing the same thing over and over again. Currently for the Isle, I'm waiting for the next big patch, and then to cover a bunch of stuff from there and start playing it a little bit more. Same with Path of Titans, but mostly Path of Titans, I'm not going to really be covering the modded characters or creatures. I'm more going to just cover the different things they add that are mostly updates, or just creatures that they have on their main roster themselves. Nothing like that is, extra. The same with Beast of Bermuda. I have to play the new Para, Acro, and Chrono eventually, which you guys will see in the near future, but for now, it's just the way how it is. And the same with Primal Carnage. I have to cover Packy and a bunch of other stuff when that comes to it, but, what can you do, Question is, when can you expect to see the return of the Dino games? I'm guessing pretty soon. If anything, I feel like I need to cover some stuff in the recent time, but I can definitely tell you right now, Path of Titans, we'll see whenever that happens. Beast of Bermuda, probably soon, and the Isle, until when the stress test for update number 4 is live. Unless if I want to, make a little video, while in that time. So I'm going to keep this nice and brief, just so then you guys know, so then we can move on to the things I actually want to talk about. First and foremost, I'm going to just say right now, the Montage Isle meme thing, that's canceled for now. I don't really want to work on it. I feel like it's a little bit too much work for me at the moment for what I have planned and for other things, and plus with the mood I'm in, I'm just not in the mood of uploading and chopping up pieces of video like that, which in my opinion just I don't want to deal with right now, which is perfectly fine, but again, you gotta do what you have to do. Series like Octodad or Marvel Avengers or any of the other series that were like a once and done, all those are just going to, except for the exception of Octodad, all those things are just gonna not be completed. They just, from what views and everything like that were telling me, they were just not doing well, so, I'm just not gonna even do anything. With Avengers, I'm with that game that nobody even likes anymore, there is a thing called Path of Wakanda or something like that. I don't even know what it is, but I might play that. I don't know. Just don't expect any really of those series to return ever again, unless if I really want to even do anything with that. However, though, Octodad actually will continue on. However, though, it's going to be a series where it's just going to just take place whenever I have time to even play it, or when I'm in the mood to make a video on it. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with that series. And with Arc Genesis 2, yes, I know this one's going to be probably brought up. Are you going to continue playing Genesis? Yes, I will be continuing playing Genesis. I have a bunch of videos of me just playing the game and anything like that, and also just doing things in the sort. And then yeah, I don't really know. The whole reason why a lot of this even happened, the burnout and everything like that, was because of Genesis not only shutting down my computer, but also me just not having a computer like for a while, because I had to get it repaired for like a month. So yeah, that's really what's been happening. But it will still continue, and it won't be as frequent, but yeah, I think we'll figure out what to do with the series for sure. Oh, and before we actually move on to the juicy things in this video, one more thing. Hunter Call the Wild will still continue on, just, you know, just won't be, you know, as frequent as usual. Or rather, it's never really that frequent. So here is the big announcement I have for all you guys. Now, this is something that came to mind when I was mostly, you know, when I was on my little burnout thing about dinosaur videos. When I was all, you know, pissed off about different things and different other stuff that were happening around the time since of the incident that happened during, you know, my burnout session. A few things happened. I was going back to go ahead and look at, you know, some things that I really liked about YouTube. What made it fun, what made it really cool for me to, you know, get inspired by. And I went back to a certain type of genre of videos that really inspired me not only to pursue my passion of video games, but also my passion of storytelling, directing, voice acting, and many other things, including videos now, as I just said today. That being the plush tuber genre. Hope y'all enjoyed that there. That was a lot of fun to make. But, if you cannot tell already, yes, I'm thinking about rejoining the community as a content creator. So, I'll be a dino tuber and a plush tuber. That sounds a little weird. Anyway, I always had this fantasy of just telling my own stories to other people of these different characters that is so dear and near to my heart, from all different forms of TV to video game to social media to anything like that. And I'm proud to say that I am going to try doing this whole thing, even if the plush community has really suffered quite a bit due to SML and many other different drama issues during the past. I am tempted to try and do the best I can to create an awesome story and amazing characters for everyone and just everyone to enjoy. So I hope that everyone doesn't mind, but I would like to actually share some show ideas and series that I have came up with and different other things to, you know, to show everyone that I have plans already in the works for a few different things. So I guess I'll show off the first thing I've been cooking up in the cooking pot. Our first show will most likely be about a certain red plumber and his little brother in green. You know what I'm talking about. The first series in anything of this shows will be all about Mario and Luigi and their dumb adventures. No, this will not be something that you would think of SML. We're not doing SML rehashes with all these shows. They're all going to have their own little charm to what each character has to bring to the table. And they're all going to have their own little style to show of what exactly each character is all about. This Mario show in particular will most likely be a slice of life sort of deal of show. It will stay true to the games, but also it will be a reference and a parody to a lot of other different kinds of shows like that, but also that show a lot of comedy and fun to them, like the Looney Tunes show, for example, and the Animaniacs. However, exactly what kind of characters will be showing up in this show? Well, in the, the base Super Mario show, or rather just the base show entirely, obviously you will have Mario and Luigi, but also you have Princess Peach along with them. And also, you can never forget about some of the other fantastic side characters such as Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Wario, Waluigi, and many more. However, though, compared to Mario, Luigi, and Peach, we're going to give these other 4 characters their own little side stories that kind of intertwine with the main story itself. Mostly we'll be doing that with Wario and Waluigi, and with Yoshi probably being about something about Yoshi's Island. We'll get to DK a little bit. But you can never forget about the big bad Bowser himself, along with his son Bowser Jr. These two are rather a special case. Not only they will be the main antagonists throughout the majority of all the other shows, but rather they will also be having their own show, being based off of the hit little show thing in the middle of the Animaniacs episodes, Pinky and the Brain. I think these two would work very well off each other. We even have a script of the theme song of how it even would go. So yeah, these two will be getting their own little show, and I'm very, very excited to see the chemistry between these two characters, because, my goodness, villains are always fun. Speaking of villains, we should probably discuss the biggest elephant in the room that I really want to talk about. We will be, in fact, doing a villain series show, being called, well, literally, Calling All Villains. The title may seem a little bit different, but it's a work in progress. But yes, this is the main villain show we are going to be working on, and probably my most ambitious project yet. Being all about the mischievous adventures of the villains, going all throughout different attacks, adventures, and other circumstances and scenarios that you guys, I think, will really enjoy quite a bit. You can expect all different kinds of characters from all different kinds of franchises throughout it. So many different TV forms and media of villain characters showing up in this little mini-series. Not even mini-series, full series. Because this is not, along with the Mario show, this will be the other headline show we will be producing on the Plush channel. And if you guys couldn't already guess it, there will be a lot of characters showing up in the show. And just to name off a few, I guess I'll just save them out if you guys don't know who they are, but there's only a few. Bowser, Bowser Jr., all the Koopalings, Dr. Zomboss, the Devil from Cuphead, Betrayus from Pac-Man, King DDD, Springtrap, King Pig from Angry Birds, Dr. Eggman, Kamek, all the Bowser's minions in any of any variety, King K. Rool, Mewtwo, Veltal, and so many other characters. It's going to be a big, ambitious project, and I'm so damn excited to work on it. You guys are going to love this series. So remember how I said that we were going to go back to DK and talk about him a bit? Well, him being not only my favorite Nintendo character franchise, but also him just being a badass in general and having some pretty awesome games, some great theme, and some just great everything, I figure we would touch on him a little bit. That is right, my friends. We are going to be doing a Donkey Kong Country plush series. This is probably my most excited project I'm working on, or the one I'm most excited for. And I'm so excited to work on this. It's going to be quite an awesome ride. I believe out of all these shows I'm going to be doing, this one's probably going to be the fan favorite, but also this is probably going to be, again, one of the most ambitious ones I do. Like the Mario Brothers one, this one is going to be a pretty long project. However, though, this will be going not into seasons or rather anything like that. Mostly it'll be almost like level driven. So there'll be certain levels that the Kongs have to go through, and when they go through the levels, they beat them and then, eventually fight a boss around the end. Now, that's not to say that that will be all in one episode, but most likely in 3 different episodes each time. And most likely 8 worlds, so you guys will probably be seeing quite a lot of Donkey Kong on the channel, or the other, or on a different plus channel if we put this on a different plus channel. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the characters. Obviously, you're going to have Donkey Kong in there, along with his little buddy nephew Diddy Kong, and maybe even Dixie Kong, if I can get my hands on a good Dixie Kong that is not oversized, because I have a Dixie Kong, she's just large, and I don't like that. But also in the show, you guys will also be seeing the one and only Cranky Kong as well. Cranky Kong will be mostly the voice at the matter, and you'll not only be the shopkeeper, you'll also be helping out Donkey Kong and Diddy whenever they need assistance. And you can never forget about the Kremlings and the Big Bad K. Rool, my favorite Donkey Kong villain, or rather my favorite video game villain of all time. And you guys will be seeing not only a lot of K. Rool in these videos, but also you'll be seeing him alongside Bowser, as I said before earlier, in the Villain show, and maybe even the Mario show, but we don't know. Either way, though, you'll be seeing a lot of K. Rool in this show as well. No ticky-tacks or snowmads or any bullcrap. Maybe, but no. So I know we've been talking about a lot of Mario-based shows and everything like that, but we should probably talk about exactly some other different franchises that you guys probably would like to see in the shows. Mainly a Sonic show. Now, I know that there's a lot of other shows and franchises out there, but Sonic, I think, is the one that I kind of want to include that is not that important, but it will be kind of a fun little side thing on its own, away from a lot of the other things outside. However, though, this show I wanted to be based off of the Team Chaotix team from the Sonic series. And they're not only my favorite cast of characters, but also I find probably the most enjoyable, which is, in fact, Vector the Crocodile, Charmy the Bee, and Espio the Chameleon. All three of these characters are going to be having their own show, which is going to be much of a very crime-esque thriller show, which mostly will be them trying to take a ton of, do detective work and a bunch of other things that usually you would do in a crime thriller. The show, I feel like, would most likely be one season with 10 episodes, much like a lot of other streaming services out there with some series and things like that. But I feel like this would be really good, and if it does well, we'll do a second season with yet again 10 shows. I think this one's going to be probably the more interesting ones, and I think it's the best way to include a Sonic-esque show that couldn't be included with this sort of universe of characters. Yet you will be seeing Sonic characters throughout the other shows, but I wanted to make sure we had a show about, these guys, because I feel like this would be a very, very cool project to work on. The last show I'm going to be discussing for you guys today is going to be a Pokemon show. Now, this Pokemon show is going to be a little bit different compared to a lot of other Pokemon shows that you would think of. You may think like, oh, this is basing off of the starters, or oh, this is basing off of, something like Pokepark or something like that. Or just like a story about an iconic group of Pokemon, and it kind of is that if you put your mind to it. But I want it to be a little bit different compared to many others. I want this show to be based off of the Weather Legendary Trio, or the Hoenn region legendary Pokemon, which are Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, or however you say his name. I want this show to be purely based on these guys and just doing whatever the crap they want to do. Kind of similar in the way of Team Chaotix, where it would be a season with 10 episodes, and that's really that. And if it does well, then it would have a second season as well. Now, I would also say that a little bit about these characters, because why not? Because, that's always fun to do. Groudon is most likely going to be the jerk character who's just going to be like, anything that he wants, he's going to take, and he's just being an asshole entirely. Rayquaza is going to be the idiot character who is the unemployed person who is supposed to be the comic relief, but not too annoying to where he would be a bad character. In fact, I think he's going to probably be my favorite character. He's also my favorite Pokemon. So yeah, there you go. And Kyogre would be the straight man character. And this show is going to be directly basing off and being a side story, or a whatever the word is, of the Mario series, because these guys live with Mario, just saying. And that kind of just says everything linked to that. But I think the show is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you all are going to enjoy this one quite a bit. I think this is going to be one of the higher up shows. And again, if it does well, we'll do a second season. So that is pretty much my big ambitious project I have coming up. Yes, I know there's a lot of the other dinosaur games and other different things are coming up, but this is the thing I'm going to be working on for the next few months and maybe the next year. Hopefully I'm going to... Hopefully this works out. I hope it really does. I have a lot of faith that this would be pretty interesting and very unique on the platform. I probably won't get as much praise as I think I would, but honestly, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to record of all these series. Out of all the ones I just said before, I think out of all the ones that I'm most excited to record, I mean, I said I was really excited for the Donkey Kong one, but to be totally honest, I think Team Chaotix is going to be my favorite out of all these, just because it has such a different field compared to all of them, and I think it's going to probably be extremely funny. Of Vector, SPO, and Charmy all working together and playing off and, you know, picking on each other. I think it's been a lot of fun watching their chemistry and interactions. But that is all I pretty much have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hopefully will be making more content, and I will be back in the swing of things very soon. And yeah, I'm sorting a couple assortment of plushies so that we can get a lot of these shows underway. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you all on the next video. Cheers, fellas!